Can I beat Borderlands 2 using only the power of capitalism? And can I make this video without turning the comment section into a toxic wasteland? Now, normally Borderlands operates on a barter system. You give me items, I give you, death. But today I'm going to be sourcing my items ethically, by purchasing them with my own hard-earned dollars that I stole from dead people. Marcus says the guns I'm buying were also stolen from dead people, but I'm not the one who killed them, so morally, that's not my problem. I think I explained it best during the stream. If a boss drops a gun, I killed them for that. You know, I can't use a gun that was taken from a dead body. So I'm going to sell it and then buy a gun from Marcus that he says are taken from dead bodies. Killing them for no reason? What? I'm killing them for their money. What do you mean? For their money, but not their guns? Yeah. Where's the confusion? I mean, like, they're dead. They're not using that money. Like, I'll just take it. Not really a big deal. They're dead. They're not using their gun either. I mean, that's murder and theft. Like, I can't steal the gun of a dead man. That's literally a crime. You give up? I feel like I'm being perfectly clear. Here are the rules. Any item I use has to be purchased from a vendor. I'm starting with no money and no items. I can't farm enemies or chests, and I can't reload the game to reset the vendors. So here's the thing. If I did this challenge in normal mode, it doesn't matter which character I pick, it would be easy as hell. I've beaten the game without items with all 6 characters, so allowing me to use items just feels like cheating. So I'm starting in UVHM at level 80. If that sounds too hard, don't worry, I increased it to OP10 halfway through. I picked Salvador. Believe it or not, he's actually the most difficult character for this challenge. He's the only character that's 100% gear dependent. Krieg has melee build, Zero can slag with his kunai, Axe and Engage have robots, and Maya has cloud kill. Sal has nothing without his guns, so unless I can find good items, this is gonna be rough. And if you know anything about vendors in this game, this is gonna be rough. I started my adventure by making a beeline for these bullymong piles. I got $13,000 from the first pile and $12,000 from another. Now that I'm basically rich, I had the confidence to try to fight some of these monkeys, my lack of items not slowing me down for a second. It didn't go great. I did manage to kill the monkey, but unfortunately he wasn't the multi-millionaire I was hoping he'd be. I needed to find richer people to steal from, but without any weapons, it's gonna be hard to steal anything. I turned around and went into the knuckle dragger area, found some new inventory in the piles back there, confiscated Claptrap's illegal gambling money, and made it to the fast travel. Turns out people on Pandora just leave valuable shit lying around. Probably because they also know that money is worthless on this planet. Now I have $4 million, which isn't enough to afford a single item from this vendor. Maybe Marcus has some insight for me. He doesn't. He just started ranting about how much he hates charity, but he opened a door to an area with a bunch of bullymong piles to loot. I immediately got nothing and died, losing $280,000 to taxes. That's when I realized the error in my ways. I sold all of my items because I was too lazy to just add up how many dollars they were worth, and you lose 7% of your money when you die. But those items were investments, they were stocks. The tax man can't take my money if it's all locked away in long-term non-liquid asset accounts. I don't know if those words actually mean anything, but if I keep my items instead of selling them for cash, I won't lose nearly as much money when I die. I ran back in hoping to recoup what I had lost and immediately died again. But you know what they say, you gotta lose money to make money, and I've lost a lot of money. Oh wait, it's spend money. Fuck. Well, despite my losses, I can actually afford a gun now. A shitty white Jacobs pistol. Obviously I bought it, and now I'm ready to take on anything. Okay, that is quite possibly the biggest disappointment of a weapon I've ever seen in my life. The damage doesn't outpace the Yeti's health regen, so this is worse than not having a gun. But I'm Salvador, so all I need to make this work is a second gun, which I cannot afford. I went to a bunch of different DLCs, scrounging up the scraps I could until I had enough money to barely afford another shitty white pistol. Perfect. Now the game's gonna be easy. I managed to run past the Yetis and steal the Christmas presents, which had a kinda disappointing amount of money, and I didn't even come close to being able to buy a shield. Fuck it, I'm sure I'll be fine. I went back to Knuckle Dragger, dealing honestly more damage than I expected. Luckily, he refuses to walk any closer to me, so I easily killed him over the course of what felt like 3 years. With another spike in my confidence, I went back to the first group of enemies, died immediately, but then finally, after only half an hour, I managed to complete the first objective of the first mission of the game, proving that capitalism works. Now that I know I can almost competently kill 3 monkeys, the rest of the game will be easy. Unfortunately, the bandits have guns, which I doubt they purchase legally, so I've already won the moral battle. The actual battle, on the other hand, would be going a lot better if these guns did more damage than a below-average Nerf Super Soaker. After dying a second time and losing another $80,000, I realized just how silly I've been. I've been running around with these BB guns, trying my best, and failing, to kill things when I could be vehicularly manslaughtering my way to success with cars legally purchased for the low price of free. Remember those ads that said you wouldn't download a car? Yes, I would. I just did. It was a good idea. The Torg DLC starts you out right next to a catch-a-ride, so I don't even need items. I can just... well, it's still better. Oh yeah, and I finally bought a shield. I drove around killing what I could and finding high-quality stocks. When I had enough money, I went back to the vendors and bought nothing because everything in there was either trash, expensive, or expensive trash. I did end up buying a slag shotgun because purple is the best color. Going back to Liarsburg, I was finally able to kill the easiest enemies in the game. I was surprised they weren't already dead from old age, since it took, in total, over an hour to get to this point. But now that I'm financially capable of murder, it's time to see if I can handle one of the easiest bosses in the game. Not really, but I got a second wind and boom dropped a bonus package. I was so distracted by the shiny object that I forgot about the giant fucking cannon pointed straight at my wallet and I lost 250,000 hard-earned stolen dollars. Big Bertha one-shots me, so I tried to bribe Boom into getting off the cannon with bullets. He wasn't really responding, so I jumped onto Big Bertha going for a more aggressive marketing campaign, which worked, and I kindly convinced Boom to get out of the cannon and fight me like a man. I regretted it very quickly. I deal so little damage that I can barely keep up with his health regen, especially when he keeps jumping away and going back to full health like a coward. Eventually, I realized if I go into fight for your life, he actually stands still and I was able to kill him. Obviously, I went down intentionally. It was a strategic business decision. Getting past Flint's bandits was pretty easy, but nothing could prepare me for what happened next. That cost $15 million. Alright, time to bust out the calculator. I am extremely short. I think in total I have about 6 million. The emotional toll of this cannot be understated. I've been scrounging for scraps for hours and searching through vendors full of nothing but white and green garbage, only to have Marcus dangle this in front of my face. He knew I couldn't afford it, and he knew this class mod would carry me through the entire game. Doubling the amount of money shot that I have would double my amount of money shot. Marcus betrayed me, and I won't forget this. Anyway, I blasted Flint out of the arena and killed him in the area below where he doesn't attack at all for some reason. I want to go to Sanctuary to give Marcus a piece of my mind, but they won't let me in unless I do a job for them. Legitimate employment is new to me, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Oh, never mind, it's killing. This is pretty par for the course. Well, they let me in. Who am I kidding? I can't stay mad at Marcus. No, never mind, I can stay mad at him. For Lilith, I went with my standard strategy of hiding and letting her deal with it, and then she paid me for her free labor. I'm fucking good at this business thing. At this point, I was pretty sick of this trash revolver, so I bought an even more trash SMG. I need to rescue Frau, which means I need to go to the dust and do car things. I easily did car things because cars are a good investment, and that's true in real life too, trust me. I downloaded a new car to get into the Bloodshot stronghold. Fun fact about that SMG, it's fucking trash. I decided the only way to kill Badma would be to do the funny thing, but he did some shit I've never even seen before. I wasn't mentally prepared for Badma to be able to fly, so I died. The second time he forgot to turn on his hacks and he fell to his death. All of his money and items fell with him, and as tempted as I was to leap into the void after him, I have learned at this point that cliffs can be deadly. I decided to check the vendors before going into the stronghold, and I actually found something good that I can't afford. I had 13 minutes to find $2 million before the shops reset and I lose that shotgun forever. I killed Lee, who could have dropped a Herald. He didn't, but it would have been cool if he did. And then I killed the other Lee, who actually did not drop a Herald either. I managed to find a chest with $2 million worth of guns and bought that shotgun. I'd explain why the shotgun is so good, but a wise man once said if you're good at something, never do it for free. So I'll explain it to you. If you have a gun in your left hand, money shot is good. Something like that anyway. If you've seen my video where I one-shot every enemy, you know why this is strong. So I went to the Bloodshots. The Bloodshots tried to sell Frau to Hyperion for $1 million, which might be enough to almost buy a 4-pack of great value saltines, so I'm not surprised Jack couldn't afford to pay them. With this new shotgun, I deal a fuck ton of damage, so the stronghold was easy. I mean, I still died at least 30 times, but considering the things I've done in the past, that's not too bad at all. Look, if Bloodshot takes less than an hour, I consider that to be pretty easy. I saved Frau, fought my way through a bunch of robats, and threw myself at the warden ready to go to the gulag, which seemed inevitable. But the third time, okay, after the 5th time it went to the gulag. It's okay, it just gives me another chance to check the vendors. I found a slag sniper with a much higher slag chance than that shotgun. That isn't gonna help with the warden, but it's still nice to have. I made it to my hiding spot, popped out to shoot the warden, and ran back whenever I was in danger. It's like compound interest. My confidence steadily increased in value until I fucking died. The second time I played it a lot more cautiously. Just kidding, I ran in with even more confidence and it worked. Now that Frau is free, I can hear about his plan. I didn't listen to the plan, but I heard that Jack has a lot of money, so I have a new goal. I'm gonna become the richest person on Pandora. Through hard work and dedication? No, by killing Jack so I win by default. To do that, first I have to go meet with a bird and her pet human who want me to rob a train. Sounds like money, so I'm in. I stole some bombs, shot a robot in the dick, and found a weird battery. I didn't make much money from that, but a bunch of innocent people died, so I guess it was worth it. Well, Sanctuary's in the air now, so I went ahead and checked the vendors before trying to make my way back. And that's when it happened. My prayers were answered when I found a class mod that gives me +5 money shot that I can actually afford. Marcus, all is forgiven. I demanded, so you supplied it. We're all good as long as you can promise I'll find a better shotgun between here and the warrior. You can promise that, right, buddy? Anyway, I killed a big worm and made it back to Sanctuary. It might seem like I skipped a lot there, and that's because it was way too fucking easy. I didn't die a single time on the journey back to Sanctuary. I guess I underestimated the power of capitalism. Or I underestimated money shot. Either way, I decided this was no good, so I increased the difficulty to OP10, scaled all my weapons, and kept going with a medicinal dose of hoping for the best. What better way to test the new difficulty than going to one of the most hated areas in the game? Okay, yeah, no, this is more difficult. This is harder. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is fucked. I bribed my way through the enemies, well, I shot them, but with the price of ammo and OP10, I may as well have bribed them. I actually made a spreadsheet to calculate how much money and ammo I spent killing the badass loader. According to this, roughly 4. I killed the loader, then expertly ran past the rest of the loaders and made it to Bloodwing. Okay, well that's not very much damage, but I wasn't concerned. This game is pay to win, and I'm pretty sure I have more money than a fucking bird. Or the bird can force me to pay my taxes. Okay, well apparently losing that money was like taking off the ankle weights, because now I'm dealing more damage than Bloodwing can afford. Frau told me that to get Brick to join us, I need to give him a piece of paper. It's not the kind of paper that I would have used, but hey, maybe Frau's love letter will work. I fulfilled Face McShooty's greatest wish, and he paid me, holy shit, $6 million. I can buy 2 packs of saltines. And then I died twice and lost over $1 million of it. Not that that matters, because as you can see, my portfolio is completely full. Affording items isn't the issue anymore, it's actually finding something worth buying. I died a couple times, but since Marcus refuses to bless me with the power of an above average weapon, my money's worthless anyway, so I guess the IRS can have it. I hired a Goliath to delegate the killing of all the other enemies, but he went on strike and started trying to murder me, so I had to fire him. And with that, I survived Brick's initiation. I mean, I died at least 7 times, but the mission says I survived, so who am I to question it? Turns out that note really was enough to convince Brick, but Jack caught on to my plans to steal his fortune, and he sent a bunch of robots to kill us, so I got to exploit some free labor again. I went to try to kill Jack once and for all, but I got bamboozled by his body double instead. Touché, Jack. I wasted all this time and lost a lot of money when I could have been making money. But hey, that's opportunity cost. No, wait, please, I'm sorry. Jack clearly doesn't want to confront me. He doesn't want to feel the power of this Jacob's Dollar Store shotgun, but I had an idea to lure him out. It's simple. I'll break into his little outpost, fight my way through his defenses, die exactly 0 times, scale the walls, find some new stocks, kill some bots and some flimsy turrets, kill a giant bot and its flimsy turrets, die absolutely 0 times, kill some bots and some flimsy turrets, and kill Jack's daughter, forcing him to come down and fight me once and for all. Lilith, no, what are you doing? That was my one chance, and she ruined it. Now you might be wondering why I haven't been checking the vendors very much. I have been. In between every single mission, in fact. I haven't been showing it because I haven't found a single good item outside of what I've already shown. I've been using the same shotgun since the Bloodshot stronghold. And it's not like I've been checking one vendor every time. There's one in Sanctuary, Fight for Sanctuary, Southern Shelf, Three Horns, Fink's Slaughterhouse, Marcus's Mercenary Shop, and Peak. Out of 7 vendors that I've checked at least 10 times each, I have found nothing but one green shotgun. Not that it matters though. Sawtooths, dead. Buzzards, bankrupt. Pipes, not profitable. Saturn, skipped. Hold on. Wow, I actually did the Saturn skip first try. I don't think that's ever happened before. I checked the vendors one last time, and to the surprise of no one and the disappointment of me, I found nothing good and went to Heroes Pass. The only thing standing between me and the richest living person on Pandora. I ignored every enemy and went straight to the vault. And there he was. Lilith's here too, for some reason. I ran in and, oh, okay. How much does it cost to get a shield like that? Clearly, fighting him head on is the wrong approach. Luckily, a while ago, I was able to find a singularity grenade. And that's how you kill Jack with capitalism. Throw him in a volcano. But Jack wasn't done. When he went into the lava, he fused with the volcano and turned into a giant lava monster. Alright, so giant lava monster beats capitalism, but nothing can beat the power of hiding and hoping for the best. And after only 15 minutes of playing with the game speed multiplied by 8, Jack the Warrior died, and I became the richest person on Pandora, except for Marcus, probably. But I also answered the question once and for all. Is capitalism good? The objective answer is